Hey, welcome back to Obscurity Detective Agency. So, as last stream, my sort of gimmick and idea was to allow people to drift in, those that are coming, and do sort of a vinyl. Hey Jamie, let's solve a fucking murder. That's the spirit. That's the detective spirit I'm looking for. I don't know if you were here last time for it. I'm doing some fucking dumb shit just to allow people to drift in so we can have people come in. Greg's probably still waking up like lazy fecker he is. Same with Ewan probably and a few other regulars we have here. And then we'll solve fucking murder. So one of the things I was doing, and I don't know if you've watched this on Jamie, on YouTube there is a series called What's in the Bag. And essentially, they have a bunch of celebrities, and I consider myself a major celebrity now. Go to a record store, buy a bunch of records, and say, "Hey, this is this fucking record. This is why I bought it. This is something interesting about it." Now, for my case, I'm not actually buying the records new. I haven't bought any records today or anything like that. But I've got a fucking massive stack of the bastards. I figured, why not allow people to drift in and me just talk shit about records for a while before I actually start playing the game, so Greg doesn't get salty he missed out. Fair enough. And I don't even have the game open ready to go yet, so there's that side of things as well. So, I've grabbed a new stack of records. I did a stack yesterday, and this time the top of the stack is another record day record. It is Soundgarden, but not traditionally Soundgarden. Chris Cornell, of course, passed away several years ago, and the remainder of the band has not had access to the rights for the name Soundgarden. And they've released an album with a singer. I'm not actually. I recognize the name, but I don't know anything she's done. But Brandy Carlisle, and they've used a very similar Soundgarden cover art. But it's only a single, despite it being a full 45. I haven't even looked at the record yet. It's a weird looking bastard. See, the part that's black is probably the only part that's actually. No, even that's not the record. The record's literally just this. Just this outside part. It literally goes up to there. So you can actually tell how much of a record takes up because you can see the grooves. And on this, it's literally just that much of it. The rest is, and I don't know if you can see it properly, it's just reflecting the screen. There's some sort of artwork ingrained in it as well. It might be better on that side. Yeah. It's got the, whatchamacallits engraved in it. The whatchamacallits. The Zodiacs. Yeah, I'm big into record collecting. It's hugely fucking addictive when you get into it. Particularly because you find a lot of stuff that's really, really cheap at op shops and even record stores in some cases. Another record store day drop. This time is Rolling Stones. I actually got this one sneakily. I sneakily, unintentionally as well, got it for free. I bought the original record itself for my uncle for Christmas. And the problem, and what I don't like about these covers, and I'm displaying it now, is they fucking stick like a son of a bitch. Because they stick like a son of a bitch, not only does the record stick inside of it and you can't get the bastard out, that's the record for reference, they stick together as well. And when I picked up what I thought was one record, I picked up two. When the store clerk did the whole beep beep scan thing, they only thought it was one as well. So we both fucked up that day. But I got a free record out of it. See, this is where we come into the cheap um, record collecting addiction side of things because I've got Kenny Rogers' greatest hits, but it's a fucking dollar, mate. Fucking dollar, bargain. I I'm not actually a big fan of him. He's not terrible. He's just country music. He's fun. He's harmless. He's never diddled anyone. What more can you say, right? All right. I'm gonna go for another weirdie. This is the type of stuff I actually like collecting, and this is because it's fucking weird and old. And chances are it's probably gonna be. It's one of those things that's probably gonna be worth a lot of money one day. It's an actual worthwhile collector investment. And this is Disney's Christmas favorites. And that might sound fucking weird, but Disney stuff is worth a fucking mint if you can get it. It's one of the things that I definitely encourage any collector to get in on because holy fuck, like this stuff just increases and increases and increases in value. So if you've got Disney, um, particularly stuff with the main characters on it, Mickey, Donald, and the like, it just shoots up in fucking value super fast. Penultimately, second to last, I don't know if anybody remembers Mad Magazine. This is an album that is to promote Mad Magazine. It's one of those weird ones where Mad Magazine presents, and it's the fucking album itself is completely unrelated to Mad Comics. Mad Comics was a satirical comic magazine from like 60s primarily, but this is just made out of really, really popular acts on the time, like Pat Benatar, Blondie, and acts like that. I don't know what the connection to Mad Magazine is. I don't think there is one. Who cares? Lastly, and I've got to open it up because it's sealed, because I'm fucking anal and pedantic, and also one of the things that fucking annoys me, right? And it was the same with the Brandy Carlisle Soundgarden album. They put the fucking stickers on the outside. See, this, nothing on it. Doesn't tell you what the album is. You've actually got to have that there. It's a fucking ball ache. If you lose or rip the bag, you're fucked. Golf Story is a weird Switch game that I fucking fell in love with. It's not even a golf game. It's a role playing game, but I fucking loved it. Um, and I got the record, which is a gorgeous golf green. I love colored vinyl like this. I dig it. It's my whole vibe, my whole life. I fucking love that shit. It looks really, really cool, and I know they do it to charge more for a record when it's the same material, it's the same cost to produce it. I know I'm being had. Um, the Soundgarden one is definitely a bit more complicated where they actually engrave stuff onto the record. But the color stuff and even the art stuff like the Rolling Stones album, that's a piece of piss to do. Anyway, we've finished. We're done. We're moving on to the game. Let's rock and roll. Let's solve a murder, solve a mystery, and if the game actually decides to start, we're ready to go. So, where we left off last time, that's the important part. We are at 8 p.m. At 8 p.m., our lovely tarot for reading friends are here to do a major reading. That's obviously going to be important. We're seeing a bunch of the characters to the right hand side and left. We haven't seen this guy yet. I don't know who that is. And we haven't seen this lass either yet. So we've got a few people left to meet. There's Oasis.
Zach Weston says he was in his studio last
So
night.
we're getting
Zach already, touting for work. Zach told Rain
getting a refresher.
alone last night. Zach says he's sleeping with Violet, which I doubt. Zach did other photo sessions with Dorota. Boudoir. I wonder what else he's not telling us.
Our boy Jinx is having off with
Violet.
Violet.
Praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn and Lexi lied about being together last night. You're still following up Birmingham. Keep me posted. Yeah, he mentioned the word traveller to me, but he's nothing. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that.
Only seemingly Rain knows about it as well. Cool. So we're ready for the next chapter now.
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by
We've
her
heard
mother
all this
around
before.
10
We
p.m.
did it last
night
stream if you're
in what
here
the
for it.
chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that
Oh, we've had a
poor
pop-up.
boy.
Someone's playing Valheim.
A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you
Rain's
might
on
want
its
to take
way.
a jacket.
Rain
Or a
and
cap.
rain.
Or wear the jacket in the cab.
Alright,
It's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Shut up. Alright, we see the next
Sam,
chapter. Whoa.
I've got news. We've done a reading.
They've done the 8 o'clock reading. Alright, we're diving right in. Five of Swords again.
Five of Swords. That's the same card as yesterday.
The Five of Swords, I think she said, is someone's going to get murdered.
Let's hope it's not the Knight of Wands.
You fucking jinxed it, mate.
This doesn't look good.
It's fine. This happens all the time. There are 78 cards in a deck. The same ones come up a lot.
I get it, but we drew the exact same cards yesterday. What are the odds of pulling all three again?
1 in 474,552.
The other card
I
is
get asked a lot.
like a singular sword one. I can't remember what it is.
Bet it's a Ten of Swords.
10 of Swords. I thought it was just one of Swords. 10 of Swords.
It's happening again.
Somebody else is
There's
getting
gonna be
there.
another murder.
Yep.
Then Lexi did her thing, and now we have a name. Alice Munro.
So Alice, or Munro, is the lad on the radio. We better go warn him. Well, we finally got a. We finally get to see them. I'm guessing that she's Poe.
I just got off the phone with Chief DuPont. I can't believe it. First Dorota, now me.
Oh, you're Munro. You're Alice. Forgive me for getting you confused.
Yes. We were friends. I hadn't known her for long.
There's a club
Only a few
for
weeks.
redheads. How did you meet her?
We met at the gala. I was
Sounds
hosting and she was
fancy.
playing the cello, you know? I guess we talked for a little while and then she asked me for a drink after the show.
You're the two that were getting married.
After we'd had a few drinks, she invited me back to her house. I thought we were just gonna chat, watch a movie, that sort of thing. Then she kissed me. I was so shocked. She was so attractive. So I kissed her back.
Why are people telling me this stuff? I don't. I'm not remotely like both Monroe and previously Oscar. You just fucking meet them and they're instantly like, "Here's my history of sex. Here you go."
This is just between us, right?
Well, no.
We fooled around. I don't have many friends, Sam. Everyone thinks because I'm on the radio, I have tons of friends, so nobody ever approaches me.
I haven't. It's your
I get
motherfucking eyeball.
lonely. But Dorota was my friend, and I liked making her happy.
Oi, oi.
I'm not going into detail, Sam. We pledged each other.
That's detail
multiple
enough.
times. Oscar.
Steady
Yeah.
on, Chris. Oi, oi.
She was a bit
Hey.
confused. When we started
I don't know
seeing
if
each
you-
other, she didn't like him touching her anymore. I didn't mind. But she did. So I told her if he wanted to get sexual, then maybe she should
See,
try
I'm
something else.
not in control of this. And I don't know if you were here for the awkward love scene yesterday.
I said
So this
some
is-
guys
this
like
is-
to watch.
this is tame.
So tell him it would be sexy if he could look, but he couldn't touch. As far as I know, it worked.
So, how are you going anyway, Pete? I say hi. Let's be polite. Let's be civil and all that. How are you going, mate? I was going to explain stuff within the game, but we'll get the formalities out of the way first. How you going, buddy? I'm all good, mate. We've only just started. We've just heard that there's going to be another murder from the fortune tellers. They say that this lady here is going to be murdered. They've pulled the same cards out of the tarot deck, which told them that the original lady was being murdered, and now they believe this lady's about to be murdered. She's just told the story about getting Oscar to watch the lady, and yeah.
The killer was in her wardrobe? What? Well, then it had to be Oscar. He's the only one it could be.
We have heard Rain suggest he might have been in the wardrobe.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's Oasis for you.
She was seeing someone else? No. Someone she knew. Knew she'd be alone? A stalker?
Two people knew she'd be alone. One of them was Rain, the other was the photographer.
It was her mom's. She was saving it in case she ever got married.
Oh. Well, that explains the wedding dress.
We're co-hosts on the radio. Oh, sorry.
He's
You know that
potentially my
already.
main suspect.
We've been partners for 2 years now. He's a good friend.
And I don't know how much you've watched, but she is one of the radio hosts that you hear throughout the game.
He's on air at the moment, but he'll be finished at 8:30.
Well, we'll have a yarn with him later.
On air? We both were. We broadcast live hourly news reports.
We have noticed
It's
that.
how we keep our funding. No. Sorry. I did have a strange dream last night, though.
Yeah,
My
absolutely.
life was
It
playing on a
might be
TV
that
screen. And every time I did something,
bluffing sort
another
of thing.
version of me started playing over the first. In the end, there were so many versions, it became a fog. It filled my lungs. I couldn't breathe.
What the
And
fuck
then
are
I
you
woke
on
up.
about?
What do you think that means, Sam?
It means you're drinking too much. Yeah, that's a good movie and potentially good comparison. Because essentially, there's a YouTube video. It's not on Knives Out, but it's on a crime series called Columbo, quite an old one. But it talks about the difference between a who done it versus why done it, essentially. Where Columbo, you'd see the murder take place at the very start, and you see who the murderer was, but you'd actually have to follow the storyline to figure out why it actually happened. And that was kind of the same with Knives Out there, where you kind of vaguely saw what was going on at the start, but you didn't know exactly why it happened.
REM sleep. So, You don't think dreams mean anything?
Yeah, I absolutely loved Knives Out.
Everyone has meaningful dreams.
I really loved it.
Everyone.
I really loved that it's sort of, there hasn't been a good whodunit / whodunit in this case for fucking forever, right?
Just don't hurt me.
And that's not the
Or
idea.
let me get hurt. Not very well. He's done a few
Really
shoots
cool
with me
one,
in
yeah.
Pearl.
Cool that it's filmed only a few towns
Promote
over.
the show.
We should all go visit the house, the Knives Out house, and try to kill Greg. No. I mean, in a movie way.
No.
But yeah, scratch that.
Zach
I
keeps
love
asking,
mysteries,
but I
and
just don't
hence
want to.
my gimmick of playing
Not for
murder mystery
him.
games. I
But
love
Dorota
murder
did.
mysteries.
She gave me the pictures as a gift.
So
She looks
absolutely scratch that.
Amazing.
So that's who the photos were for.
Sam, you forgot your phone.
That was dramatic. And I'm sure you'll be able to find out the location of the house somehow. Like, the internet's really savvy to that shit these days, so you can usually track it down pretty easily. With that scene there, I don't think Sam actually has a phone. I think she's just planted one on us so she can call us if need be. But yeah, I liked, there was a lot of yeah, he did tell me that. He told me he basically still wants to do something with it. He didn't tell me much about it, but when I was playing, I think I might have been playing Contradiction. He was like, "Oh, we need to do the murder mystery thing again." So he's running something, and yeah, I think these games have sparked it in him to actually do something with it. So we'll see what happens, right? Well, he can live stream the murder mystery, right? I'd watch it. Who the fuck is this little kid? So we saw this little kid.
Excellent work. Gold star for you.
She's been in bed, mate.
Oh,
It's fucking
hello.
8:30.
This is my goddaughter, Sophia.
Ah,
She's only 9
She's a
and
creepy
she's
fucker.
a maths genius.
Hello.
I have to pop to my room to get something. Be nice to her while I'm
don't
gone.
leave me alone with her.
Otherwise,
She
I might have
scares
to
me.
Smother you in your sleep.
Yeah, that's
What's
joke.
your name?
Oh, for fuck's sakes, mate. Two can play the scary game. No, I'm not gonna. Oh, am I gonna scare a child? I am gonna scare a child.
No, you're not. I've seen the boogeyman. Don't look like you. Do you want to know a
Racist.
secret?
Yes, who is the boogeyman?
Violet was taken by aliens in their ship. She doesn't want anyone to know.
Sorry about that. Sophia, your mother will be here for you soon, so run along and wait. Now, Sam, how can I help you?
We're gonna go right away and be like, hey, what about them aliens, eh?
She has a wicked imagination for her age.
I think she thinks
Do
she
you
was a
think
doctor.
you're sitting here now? Perception is reality, Sam.
She's a pill popper of something, of some description. Have you told anyone else about this?
I needed to confide in someone, so I
DuPont
told
knows.
Chief DuPont. Just Chief DuPont.
And the little girl.
And now you, apparently. Why
I
are you
tried to
talking
scare her. I
about
wanted
this
to scare
again?
the girl.
You
She's fucking
understand,
creepy.
every time you mention abduction, it opens up a vault of crushing memories that I'd rather
Did
stay
it
locked
happen
up.
last? No. That's a question.
No. Not even the moon.
That's we're gonna lie.
I don't really want to.
Well, you have to because I'm
About a
Sam.
month ago, the guest house was empty and I was alone in my bedroom.
So she's
All I could
popping
hear
them
was
pills.
creaking.
She thinks she's abducted by
Cold tap.
aliens.
Drip.
The redhead, you want to be to
And then
me
it
mean to
began.
you. Well, I'm sure we can
Smell
arrange that.
iron, strong metallic
There's
smell.
multiple redheads in this
And
game.
I could taste it on my tongue. And then weightlessness.
You can have your
Like
pick.
time and space had stopped. That was the first time they took me.
First time, see.
It's happened
When
5 times. Even on
tell the
top of
story
me.
proper.
Get that strange aura, then I'm gone.
So she's
I had tests for epilepsy amongst other things.
potentially schizophrenic
Sure, the scans were normal.
because that's apparently what clomazepine does.
No,
Hello, Gregory.
I have
Oh.
certain
Well, I'll
flashbacks.
catch you up on stuff in 2 seconds. So, Violet here. You want all of hers to be mean to you, not so just her or all of them. How you going, Greg? You feeling better? Well, all of them. We'll arrange that. We'll arrange all of the both actors and actresses in this game, not just the readers, just every person in this game to come along and be mean to you. So Violet here, Greg, thinks she gets abducted by aliens at night. That's why she can't remember where she was and where she's been. It's only happened 5 times, so only 5 times. We don't need to worry too much. But the pills don't help. The other important thing is when we first started the game, we have learned there's going to be another murder happening through the tarot decks. So the lady who's on the radio reports, she is apparently the next victim.
It's difficult to explain. I'm stuck
All caught up now.
in the wall of an enormous room made from these wooden vines, except the vines slowly move and drip with pain. My head is pushed out like I'm a trophy. If I look to my side, there are others, heads, all prisoners,
We've all had this dream before.
experimented on.
Go
They
on.
rearrange us like
Switch hits.
decorations. Suck us backwards into the darkness and then thrust us back through the wall. And when
They
they
chose
tell
that
me
language
I'm
deliberately.
broken. Cuts. Bruises. Memories.
Well, let's talk about a lighter subject. Do you know about
Of
the
course. Poe
girl who's
and
going to be
Monroe.
married? Not
She's
married,
on
murdered.
the radio.
Oh. And as well, to catch you up, Greg, and I don't know if you were there, Pete. You were there for this one. The girl who was murdered and Monroe were having it off. They were sleeping together.
Yes.
So, all caught up
I
now.
believe I did. She was here once for something. I don't remember now.
Well, maybe we can refresh her memory by becoming.
You're only alive because we want you to be.
I'm assuming we can become. Yes, we can.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
She's Elias. Let's go visit Violet. Oh, she's not there. That's just a cock tease. None of them are going to be bloody be here, right? Rain's not there. What's the fucking point then? I don't want to visit the Pont or creepy photographer dude right now, because I haven't visited them as myself this chapter yet. Alright, let's go interview the rest of the housemates then. Hey, Ronnie.
I've heard on the radio, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I want to help though.
They're both redheads.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Although we can be sure of one thing.
They're both female, both redheads.
Yeah, she sounded blonde on the radio, but Mercury called her as a redhead.
I don't remember the right
bit.
thing.
What did you want to know? A rite can take many forms, but from what we know about these travelers, it seems to be performing some kind of coming-of-age ceremony.
She said coming.
Yes, a rite of passage. Running havoc in our dimension is rewarded in theirs. Not fair, is it?
So,
3 is a powerful number.
of course.
There's a divine balance
You have
to
to
it
wake
in our
up
universe.
very early
anyway.
to kill 3 people.
But maybe it doesn't mean anything where the traveler's from. Maybe 3 is just the carry-on limit for interdimensional travel.
They've gone a bit fucking off the rails of this traveler thing. No, we're not bringing that up. We cannot tell people about the coin in their mouth
No.
thing.
I can do a reading if you want.
Go on, let's do a reading.
Chariot. Is Zach a suspect?
Zach's definitely a
I'm
suspect.
sensing there's a lot of tension, pent-up frustration, like he's trying to keep everything together, and if he can just do that... I'm sorry, that's not much help to you, is it?
It's, definitely some help.
Yes, of course. Anything.
We definitely actually want somebody to keep an eye on Violet, because she is obviously not being abducted. There's a fucking plot twist and a half if she is, but she's obviously not being abducted. She is disappearing now.
Why Violet? Do you think she's in danger? You don't think she's involved, do you?
We don't know, but she's just disappearing.
Leave it with me, I'll see what I can find out. And don't worry, I'll be super discreet.
I'm not bringing up the fucking coin in the mouth thing. There's a one piece of evidence for those who missed, and I think that's everybody in chat this time. The one piece of evidence we've been told by the Pont, the chief, that only the killer would know would be about the coin in the mouth. So we can't bring that up to people because that will spoil our whole sort of game plan.
I know the name. She's off the radio. Hard to get away from it in this town. In Birmingham, it was a man
Tell
called
us about
Uri
Birmingham.
Harris. He worked as a butcher. He beheaded all 3 girls within
So it was
hours
just a
of each
proper
other.
lad. Well, not, you know what I
Can't
mean.
stop it.
It wasn't some interdimensional demon.
He pleaded not guilty for reason of temporary insanity. The Butcher of Birmingham received 3 life sentences and won't be seeing the light of day anytime soon.
I should think so.
We know it wasn't him, though.
Because it was the Traveller.
We know it was a traveller.
Yeah. Of course, Oasis would think that. And we want to see Lexi.
So what's the news about Ellis? I feel so useless sitting here.
Oh, you could
I
feel
want to help.
useless sitting anywhere, Lexi.
Yes, please use me. Tell me what to do.
Fucking choice of words. I don't know anything I could have her do. I wonder what the options are. I really don't know if we want to send her to Zach. Zach is a dodgy old fecker, or a dodgy young fecker. And I don't know if you want to send a young person off to, a young lady in particular, off to meet this dude. We'll keep her.
You got it. Me and the spirit world are gonna have a serious chat. I'll get back to you when I find something.
I'm gonna play it safe. We've spoken to Violet, we've spoken to everyone.
It's 9 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Investigations
That
into
jumped
the
across
murder of
quick.
21-year-old Dorota Shaw are continuing this evening. Miss Shaw was found dead in her home at approximately 10 p.m. last night in what police are describing as a puzzling case.
We're definitely
Residents
not
are urged to be
jumping to
cautious
the next chapter
until
right
the
away.
perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. In other news, Monroe has been detained on urgent business, so you're stuck with me until she returns. Never fear, Monroe fans. We still have lots of pre-recordings, so you can relax
Yeah.
with her angelic tones. That's 9 o'clock with Poe
So while
and Monroe.
While Monroe said she was doing the 9 o'clock news or 10 o'clock news or whatever fucking time it was, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock news,
Sam,
they've got pre-recordings.
do me a favour, go easy on Violet. If we need to get anything out of her, let me deal with it. She'll open up to me.
Well, I was talking about aliens again.
What do you know about it? It's probably a bit more nuanced than that, but maybe.
That's all he's got for us. Visit old Oscar. He's not there. But fucking Zach is. Old blue shirt.
Monroe. Everyone knows her. She's a local radio star here. I always get the shot, Sam. One way or another.
He's a fucking creepy boy, this lad. Alright. He's very, very serious. Very serious lad. We will visit him as himself. No. As Monroe.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
So as I was talking about last stream, when we finish this game, there are a few more games of a similar style to play. The one I am wanting to do after this, oh, Zach's not there. We can't visit anyone as Monroe. Oscar's not there, and DuPont is not there. She's fucking useless to transform into. There's literally no one there. There's a Poe and Monroe game. My understanding of it is it's not a murder mystery. So it is a little off topic for what I want to do, but it makes sense to carry on playing as them and all that shenanigans. Let's transform into a creepy dude.
I'm Zach Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Like, even fake Zach talks like a prick.
I need to talk about Ellis.
What have you been doing with Ellis Monroe?
What haven't I been doing? What have you heard? What haven't I been doing?
What a line.
The tarot readers have predicted that she is the next victim. Do you think we should do something?
Want to fool around?
This... I literally can't even not choose this.
Is that really all you think about? It's starting to look like August has a serial killer targeting redheads. Look at my hair, Zach. Does this look red to you?
More orange?
Well,
Yeah, I've got a feeling the other people won't want to see me. Particularly Rain. He does not like Zach. DuPont is not there. He's left a file open on his desk. You think that's pretty poor form?
Zach, what are you doing here?
I've been a naughty boy. I need to tell my previous partners.
Again, I can't
I've been a naughty
not
boy.
choose
I need to tell
anything.
my
I don't have
previous
the option
partners.
to leave.
Good to know. I'm not one of them, though, so unless there's anything else?
Pose for me. Pose for
We cannot do this. We can actually refuse to say this, so we can skip this question. But I am curious to whether she's...
Zach, please stop asking.
She doesn't want to
It's
pose for
not
him.
gonna happen.
There's actually one I wanted to find out. No, I'm not going to dig it for you. I'm not going to dig it further. I'm not going to dig it further. I'm not, definitely not. No, I'm not. If you want to find out what happens there, you can buy the games yourselves, you pervy old bastards. Alright. We have so many people to shapeshift into now. It is a bit of a fucking headache to deal with. We'll go as Pete's favorite for a while.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
No one's home again. This chapter's incredibly short. Because there's just no one home. Chief's not home. It was very much Sam.
Hello, lovely.
Oh.
Take a look at this.
What do you see?
I don't want to see pic.
It's not like that. It's just a press photo. Do you see anything in it?
So he asked us
A girl holding a cello.
about this before, and we said, "What do you see?" as well.
What
I
do
think.
you see?
I don't know what we're meant to see there.
Beautiful lady. I can make you look like that, Violet. You just need to let me.
He definitely sees something there. But just what it is, I'm not sure. Actually, I meant to go as the
Hi.
point.
I'm Bronwyn.
But we'll do Bronny's walk around as well. It's my biggest
Do you
fan.
believe Tara can predict?
I'm not one for mystics and crystal balls. I'm a Virgo.
Clearly.
It says you're lying about your alibi.
Well, I suppose it has a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. It's either yes or no. You're either lying or you're not lying, right?
What a day. Alice Munro, then. Looks like our traveller likes redheads.
I wouldn't be so sure. Looks that way.
Well, what then? Just young women in general? No. I think it's definitely looking for redheads.
Better be nobody redheaded in the chat. You're fucking next.
Bron, what are we going to do about Ellis?
What would you do?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Let's think. What have we tried before?
A few times we've caught up with the Traveller, nothing's worked.
So they've actually managed to
Restraining them?
talk
Talking
to
to them?
well, not
Please don't kill that person. Okay, thanks. Oh,
rip
no,
you,
don't kill
rip
them anyway.
Jamie.
You know that doesn't work, Ron.
Get your farewells in now. F's in the chat. And it's been a pleasure having you around, back. But I can't control the Traveller. QQ. Fuck, type it. Well, it's too late. Jamie's been got by the Traveller.
Who are you? What are you doing in my house? Get out now before I call the police.
I'm a tarot reader. I'm here to save you. That's probably a fair enough reaction to a random woman busting into your house. Particularly when you've been told you're about to be murdered, right?
Hi,
I'm Chief
Hi.
DuPont.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Claude.
Claude. Well, that was worthwhile.
Chief, what a surprise to see you. Again.
Why didn't you tell me?
I told you Dorota was first. And that didn't turn out very well, did it? Let's hope
Could have
Sam does
done.
a better job than you did.
Yeah, there's not a lot to learn that we didn't already learn. I think the only sort of piece of value we've done by investigating further was finding out there really is something about that fucking photo that old Zachary won't tell us about.
Chief, I wanted to ask you something.
What did you want to ask me?
Am I still a suspect?
Yes.
I mean, he's the least likely in the sense of he had dozens and dozens of witnesses, right? But he could be involved in some way, right? He doesn't have to be the actual person wielding the knife or whatever it was. I can't remember how she died.
But I was playing football, and there was loads of witnesses. How?
Everyone is a suspect.
It's ridiculous.
Is it?
Yeah. So it's true then?
I haven't seen. It's all tasteful stuff. Be a gift for you. I haven't seen them.
So the photos weren't a gift for.
Stuff.
Oh, we can buy follows, guys. We can buy some follows. I'm quite alright. I'm quite alright. I don't need to buy them. I'm the megastar myself. And it's not letting me close shit. There we go. Alrighty, back to the game.
I'm sorry. It's all tasteful.
I didn't get them. Now I feel like I'm the only person who hasn't.
Oh, poor old Oscar. They were for Monroe, as we found out. He's a sad, sad boy.
Chief DuPont, thanks for calling in.
I'm just checking.
At the moment, my heart's beating 1,000 times a minute and I can't sit still. Every noise or knock on the door makes me jump out of my skin, and I keep looking behind me.
It's the curtains. The curtains did it. Curtains, killers
Have I ever let you
confirmed.
down?
That you're just saying you're doing things when you're not actually doing anything. What's the plan, Chief Dupont? How do we
We are
stop this from
investigating
happening?
every curtain in town.
How do we stop me from dying?
We'll clone you. Then you'll never die. You can live forever that way. We are going back to our room to transform into Oasis.
Hello, I'm Rain.
He's definitely got the weirdest transformation. His voice goes echoey when we transform into him. Visit Violet.
Who is Sophia?
You saw her, did you?
Oh, that's
She's
the
my goddaughter.
goddaughter, yeah.
At that age where she overshares.
Is she a ghost?
What a question to ask. Hey, Solon, how you going? We're still working our
Makes you
way
say that
through,
again? Is there something about her aura?
still working our way through Shapeshifter. But good to have you here. How are you going, Matt?
What is it, Ray?
I have a plan.
Ray has a plan.
You do. Enlighten me.
Maybe Ellis should stay with us.
I do not know what I want to say with this. It'd even be easier if Alice stays with you. I don't have to fucking catch the cab every time.
With our track record. If she gets killed anywhere near us, we'll be sent to jail, whether we did it or not.
We're all procrastinating at the moment.
I'm just being practical. Ellis's fate is in our hands. Ours isn't.
I mean, she's not wrong. If it does go tits up, you're definitely going to plan the...
Hi, Rain. Did you miss me while I was gone?
Oh, tremendously.
I'm honestly not going to try and worry about this one. We've told Sam, and I think that's all we can do.
That's a bit,
No, not really. But I don't have many options. I'm asking everyone how I can help, so maybe I actually can help this time.
Well, we enlisted her to carry on tutoring with the Ouija board. Ask it a few more questions, see if we can get a few more answers. But as I was saying, I think everybody's procrastinating at the moment. Fucking, even if things are normal here, I've definitely
Haven't you
been...
done enough predicting my death?
Not quite.
I'm sorry.
Though she does recognize Rain,
It's okay.
just not...
I'm just kidding. I know it's not your fault. Well, unless you're the killer.
I took some photos today. I don't feel like I've got any closer to finding the killer. I've still got massive suspicions on Rain
Have you
and
made a
Zach.
decision about the...
I think it's a no. Sorry.
We do know...
It's just the reading that you gave me the other day. I don't want to scare off the audience.
Why would I scare off your listeners?
We do know Monroe and Dorita, whatever her name is, we're having it off, but that's about all we know. As I was saying, today in New Zealand, it's currently 12:30 AM, so it's still going on at the moment. We have an event on Wellington called Cuba Duper. We've got a street called Cuba Street, which is sort of the artsy-fartsy street in the city, and for that event, we have gigs everywhere. The whole way up and down it, and including some of the side streets. And it's so fucking surreal to be able to take a photo like this with all these people staged in the background, and this is just one of the stages, and this isn't at its peak. It's still going, as I said, at the moment. It's probably far more crowded now, considering what the time is. You know, you're far more likely to have people interested in gigs and the like at this time of night rather than 12 hours ago. I was just going to check whether anyone on my friends list has posted any photos of it. Like, people were posting videos of it as well. Yeah, sort of like a mini Mardi Gras, I guess is the easy way to put it. They have different venues.
I stare off your listen.
They don't want to hear talk of death and darkness. Well, they do, if it's in a story. But you can't tell them they're going to die.
So yeah, it goes all day. It goes for 2 days. It goes until tomorrow night.
You didn't say you're going to die, just like that, but I remember the death card. And the devil. And you said it was...
Yeah, my
what was the word
point
you used?
is that it's
my
so...
challenge. That I needed to die so I could be free from my chains.
Very,
I know
very
you said
weird.
it doesn't mean literal death, but maybe it
to
does.
have that exist at the moment, when the rest of the world can't. It's a very sort of surreal position to be in. We tried visiting Zach, right? Yep, he's not there. Gotta go to Lexi now. We can already skip to the next chapter. We smashed through this chapter super quick. I'm sure we must have missed something. Yeah, absolutely. But it's still just so surreal. To, like, I can't imagine.
Lexicorn, how thin are these walls?
What do you mean the walls are thin?
Alright, this is gonna be interesting. My point is, it must be surreal to see, like, hey, look, there's fucking 100 people plus gathered in a photo.
I can hear you screaming at your Ouija board. Last night too. I feel like I've heard your whole life story.
What did you hear?
We've had a few festivals. I can't remember which one would have been last month. We have one's called Rhythm and Vines, which is a very R&B focused one. We've had New Zealand scheduled to have the most festivals of anywhere else in the world this year, which makes sense, but it's such a sort of weird concept. But even aside from that, one of the things that a lot of our UK friends are seeing is pretty much the only place to have stadium gigs as well at the moment. So we had a few stadium gigs. You know, we're talking 30,000 people, like last month sometime as well. I'm not trying to show off. I'm just.
Like
that's my problem.
This vile little lesbian. Will Ellis
Whoa.
die? Will Bronwyn die? That last one, don't worry about that.
Because you're immortal.
I am showing off a little bit.
I am Bronwyn MacLeod from the clan
Achievement
MacLeod,
unlocked.
and I am immortal. You silly badger.
There you go, Greg. There you go, Greg. You can learn how to speak Scottish. You speak better Scottish. Arguable. The only reason I don't deliberately brag is because I know.
Tell me about it. Chasing around the unknown.
I know so many people overseas.
Over evil. Generally standing around helpless watching people die.
Why do we do it?
For me.
And no, Greg, you're the best.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn. Did you know the Earth was overrun by trans-dimensional evil?
You're Chewbacca and you're...
Sure.
Trans-dimensional evil?
I can't remember what else you've done. Your Chewbacca was definitely something to behold. Your blind girl getting hit by a tennis ball was your highest achievement so far. I'm pretty sure it'll be clipped somewhere if you want to listen to it.
Oh, read the manual, Lex. People are
I did
afraid
clip
of
the blind girl getting hit by a tennis
ghosts,
ball.
zombies, and aliens. They never even think to consider the possibility that there are millions of universes, potentially with millions of predators, all far more evolved than we are. What are our chances of victory? Minuscule. But if we don't fight at all, zero.
It's so noble of you. The Chewbacca ones on yeah, I'd recommend all three, both before and after. Yeah, I know I clipped the blind girl one. I don't know if the Chewbacca one was clipped. The Chewbacca one, I actually think is probably the funnier of the ones. But they're both worth a watch. They both show Greg's talent. Luke, I jumped into Luke's stream today, and he was saying that he is enlisting on. He's applied for a voice acting role, right? I think if you were in the running, Greg, he would have something far more serious to worry about.
Closed. Unless you're here for something else.
I'm a friend of Dorota's.
Dorota. I'm sorry about what happened.
Dorota told me things about you. Can I come in?
It's a bit late, but I think I could spare a few minutes. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Lexi.
Yeah, no comment. No comment. I'm not going to comment on your cadence or anything thereof.
Lexi. I like it. It's got an edge.
I don't know why we told her our real name.
Dorota says she knew you.
Well, I think if you used your voice acting chops, you'd be in high demand. I think the fact that Adam hasn't called you up to do voiceover for the videos, our clip is the blind girl getting hit by the tennis ball.
No, we're just friends.
That's not what you told Sam.
I think that Adam hasn't called you out to do voice. You should be doing the voiceovers for all of the Cold Hot clips, is what I'm saying. We're sick of hearing Adam do every single one, or Sam. We need somebody doing Chewbacca impressions midway through. They definitely were clips. I think there's very little disputing that. I think, we need to hear Bret Hart, but done in Chewbacca's voice, Because we know the next one's going to be, they've got Jack's doing the whole Why They're the Greats or whatever it is every Friday. We know Bret Hart's going to be there eventually. And we need Bret Hart speaking like Chewbacca, or what's the bloody point in having a YouTube channel?
That's not what Violet thinks.
Violet doesn't always see things clearly. It's fine. I know how to handle her.
What do you mean, handle her?
I know how to talk to her. She's a sweetheart when you get to know her.
Dorota says she knew you.
Go on.
Dorota says
provide
she knew
your evaluation of Greg's talents.
Yeah, she had a portrait session with me. Can I get you a drink?
No, thanks.
Do we want to take his offer for a drink? We haven't had anything to drink all bloody day. He's got... It's UK drink he's got there.
Here, I've only got vodka. You're old enough to drink, right?
No.
Does it matter?
I think that's
I like you already.
the Dan
I know what you did to
Aykroyd
Dorota.
drink. He does that Crystal Skull vodka. So that's
I
really
didn't do
weird.
anything to Dorota.
You killed her. You seduced her.
You make it sound so sordid. Dorota didn't do anything she didn't want to.
So they apparently slept together. So we have found out more digging. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it, but yeah, no, it's definitely very, very. I think you just need to have a certain ear to understand Greg's talents. I think that's what it is.
I'm Oscar.
Is there anything else I can do?
Oscar's definitely yeah, Beethoven would definitely see talent in Greg's work. It's a very I don't know if it's necessarily highbrow, but it's a cool. It's a definitely a cool. Oopsie.
Oscar, good. You got my message.
He's going to show us the photos.
What have you got?
Does this mean anything to you?
But these aren't there.
That's Dorota.
Sorted ones.
And what
That
if I
was
showed
great
you
timing.
This.
That's
Alice Monroe.
Yeah, Monroe.
Do you know her?
She's from the radio.
And if I do this? Anything?
What are you doing?
That's the best part in the game so far. The whole game has been worth it just for that scene there. That is the Jinx we knew and loved and had not seen in the game until now. That was the best thing I've seen in a long time.
That'll be all. You can go now.
I'm glad we didn't skip to the next chapter because I wanted to see that. That was worth all our time. You've sat through me for 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now. Hours of videos, and it was worth it just to see that scene. You cannot dispute that.
Hi, I'm Alice. I'm Alice.
Yeah, I think that might be part of what he's doing right. He doesn't have any internet connection in his office. He's just been rubbing those photos together violently for the past 2 weeks. But his fucking facial expressions made it. That was top tier. There's very few actors I've seen in my life that can pull off a facial expression like that guy. Well, yeah, it's not one that you necessarily would see. As I said, I smashed through 8 p.m. very, very quickly. I didn't actually shapeshift at all for the 8 p.m. slot or chapter or whatever you want to call it. but I did choose, because of that, in fact, is why I chose to kind of sit
It's
back
9
and
o'clock and
redo
you're
it.
listening to Radio August.
But it's 9 o'clock now.
Investigations into the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw are continuing this evening. Miss Shaw was found dead in her home at approximately 10 p.m. last night in what police are describing as a puzzling case. Residents are urged to be cautious until the perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. In other news, Monroe has been detained on urgent business.
Can we
so you're
skip
stuck
this?
with
No.
me until she returns.
We've already had this clip
Never
play,
fear,
but you can't
Monroe
skip it.
fans. We still have lots of pre-recordings, so you can relax with her angelic tones. That's 9 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
You lied. There's no Monroe there. Yeah, I think it's part of the gimmick. That they're meant to sound very, very 40s radio serial. I don't know if anywhere actually does those anymore. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they do exist, radio shows like that. But I can't imagine they're very common.
Oh, it's you.
You sound delighted to see
I
me.
was hoping it might be Zach.
Well,
No. And I've got some very important news for him
That's
if he ever shows up.
a bit leading.
Yes. If he ever shows up.
Where is he? Is that the news? She's bought some new scissors. Well, I don't know about you, I definitely want to...
confirm the existence of travelers. They're not ready.
So travelers are a thing? I want to see,
I'm Zach Weston.
Violet's scissor
Just
collection.
sharpening my powers
That
of
did not
persuasion.
sound right, but... Yeah, there's definitely going to be a podcast or internet radio show that does it, but I mean on traditional radio, I don't know how much that still is or isn't a thing. But
Zach, the game is up. I think you should leave town.
What?
I know where you were last night. I followed you to Dorota's house. Well, I didn't know it was Dorota's house until we arrived. Call
okay.
it women's intuition.
You were at Dorota's?
This is getting interesting.
Don't change the subject. Sam and Dupont will put two and two together.
And then what?
And then they're going to arrest you. You weren't there long, I suppose, but then I guess it doesn't take you long, does it?
You were spying on me.
I followed you there, then back to the studio. You lied to the police. You lied to me. I'm done with you. We're finished. Don't come back here again.
He's definitely going to be confused later on. If he visits later. Well, I guess it's... Oh, my spider friend's visiting again. Hello, bud. We're going to go back to our normal selves for a while. Got a spider dangling from the ceiling.
Sorry, Sam, what can I do for you?
What the hell's going on with you?
Yeah, I always cry around this time of night.
Ah, that's right then. Got
What's
nothing
the
to worry
point,
about.
Sam, huh? If we can't save them. Mercury is a curse. It's like some tourist guide for murders. I try.
It's
For
kind
Lexi and
of
Ray, to
why
make them think that
I don't
we
know where
can
it's gone now, the bugger.
make a difference, make
It's
a
not-
change, but
Oh,
We haven't so far.
it's not too bad this time of
What
year,
if we can't make a change?
but during summer we had a fucking massive blow up of flies. I was keeping spies around exactly because of that. I was like, I'm not gonna get rid of you. You're keeping these fuckers out of my house. You can live here rent free.
Maybe. If we could just save one person, Sam.
Well, we gotta save Alice. Yeah.
We need to save her. We need to.
Or the Poe and Monroe game won't make sense.
Yes. She's definitely got a monkey on her back.
Oh.
I saw her get changed. She's got all these scars on her back in the shape of a monkey.
You meant literally?
Like they've been burned into her. What the hell happened to her, Sam? Yes.
Yeah, I'm a bit the
managed to
same.
sneak her
I
her
do
laptop.
throw some
She's been
outside because
Googling
we do
Alice
have
Monroe.
a few in the place, and it can be a bit of a pain in the tits. But there's a few I definitely keep around. They're harmless. I don't really worry about spiders. I do clean their webs, particularly when they put them up. We've got skylights over there. In fact, you can vaguely see the outline of it. They put way too much webbing in there.
Honestly, you don't. Once they're caught,
Got
few hours
one
later,
skylight
they've hopped
there,
timelines
and then
to
another
someone
one
else.
around the corner. So got
We just
two.
keep chasing them.
It gets.
Continuously
I'm
trying
not a
to
big
stop
fan.
them ruining lives.
It gets way too fucking warm.
No, but they don't like being exposed. If Mercury pointed them out, they're already in trouble. We'd do a reading. Mercury would know.
But yes, I live in a very palatial estate.
Quite a lot, but I'm not sure how much of it is useful. Apparently this town has a lot of spirits with a lot of unfinished business. One woman was looking for her daughter, and there was a girl looking for her mum. It was awful. They were both there, but they couldn't see each other. I couldn't help them. Yes, the general message is anyone that tries to stop Ellis dying will be punished. Sam, be careful, please.
I think the cats like the skylights more than me. We get pretty decent summers. It's winding up now, as you can imagine.
He's off the radio.
We get really warm days, but the nights are fucking cold. I've got I had the fireplace running behind me.
Reading for you right now, you know, to help.
So the nights are actually pretty chilly.
Great. Let me just draw 3 cards for you.
We're gonna have to pick a card, aren't we?
This is just a general reading. You don't need a question. Okay. Oh, the 2 of Cups. That's mysterious. Is there anyone you feel a spark of attraction to? Maybe someone you've met recently? The Lovers. I did not expect that. It seems this attraction has the potential to be life-changing, if you want it to be. And finally, the Knight of Cups. This card is about pursuing your heart's desire. I think it's time to tell that someone special how you really feel.
She planted those.
Wow, what an interesting reading. Does it mean anything to you?
Yeah, she definitely planted him, considering that's one of the options. No, that means nothing. We'll play nice. This is a trick all of you should pick up though. If you are single and looking to mingle, buy yourself a tarot deck and pull the same trick. I mean, it worked on Sam here. He's a shape-shifting detective, and if he can fall for it, anyone can fall for it.
You catch on quickly, don't you, Sam?
I presume I'm not going to be Sam anymore after this case anyway, so it's a bit shitty.
Sam, I've got some heavy rain news.
Haha, I get it. That would not work if you didn't have captions on, right?
Lawrence Petrovsky, that's his real name, and no, he's not a Russian spy. But he does have a criminal record. He was charged with the murder of a 21-year-old artist. Looks like he got off on a technicality by all accounts. About 3 months ago in Hong Kong.
Christ.
If you're going to ask him about this...
Heavy rain reference. That's kind of what I thought first as well.
There's a good chance he could be the killer.
I guess it's a game I should play as well, right? It's a murder mystery. I've already played it before. So that's the one caveat. It's not like this, right? It's a brand new experience for me. Or a blind playthrough.
Rain's still a suspect.
But it is a murder mystery.
No corroborated alibi. Bromman Castle has one. Lexi Taylor doesn't. I've got my search back on Rain, or Petrovsky, as we should call him. He's got priors that you're looking into. Violet's been doing some web searches on Ellis. You think that's a jealous streak. I think it's a sign of the times. You've still not accepted my friend request, have you? Violet's just admitted being at the crime scene last night with Zach. It's not looking good for Zach now. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that.
Well,
I think you've narrowed
Monroe
down to
did.
Zach, Rain, and Lexi.
Absolutely.
That's just my professional opinion, mind you. Feel free to ignore the person who hired you. That's it.
I when I played it, I managed to get the perfect ending. So even then, if it was a matter of going back and playing it, like if I wanted to get a different ending, I'd have to deliberately fumble at some point, which would be a bit weird. I was playing it alongside a friend, a flatmate at the time. I think I finished it before he did. He fumbled it a little bit, but it was a very, very minor fumble. So he got not the perfect ending, but yeah, I managed to get the happy ending.
Hey, I'm going. There's too many people asking questions. It's exhausting.
Where
I'll
you
have to stay
going?
at my aunt's. I'll come back tomorrow, but I've said everything I can say.
You can't leave town, mate. Let's steal his DVDs. He's got Toy Story, mate. Let's watch some Toy Story.
Probably right here. Why? I didn't realize I was under house arrest.
Why are we? Yeah, I mean, if I'm getting enough people in
Thanks for the
chat,
advice.
I could make
I hope
mistakes.
I'm not the only suspect. Why would she say that? That would put us both at the crime scene. Dorota was fine when I left her. She asked me to come over and watch her get her freak on, which I did, being the gentleman that I am. I misread the signal somewhat, as I thought I was supposed to join in, which was not the case. I think she threw a teddy bear at me or something. Ugh. After that, I left. I had no idea Violet was spying on me.
He hasn't mentioned the wedding dress before, right? We can visit Poe now as well. Oh, she's got nothing to say.
You're the detective. Monroe just called. This is madness. Who would want to hurt her?
I didn't, even though he's in the opening credits, I did not expect him to look like this.
We've worked together for years. She's the light to my shade, the angel to my demon, the diamond to my lump of coal. She told me to say all these things. Heavens, no. I have a wife and 3 children, beloved spawn of my loins. Monroe and I are good friends, that's all.
He reminds you of someone. I was gonna say he reminds me of someone as well, but I don't think it's paid me any positive positivity in my life to name those people.
Only a madman. Or woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and Monroe. That was her idea. Our show. We were just another local radio station before that. It was Monroe who decided we should have a theme. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe. Don't tell me you haven't heard it, Detective.
That's the
That's what the
game
Free
title.
Radio Project is all about. Uniting August via the airwaves. Monroe's been delivering free radios anywhere people might want to listen. Doctor surgeries, hairdressers, the guest house.
That was a free radio?
I believe she charmed the local electrical store into donating them, in exchange for free advertising, of course. We interviewed her about her scholarship not too long ago. Do you think whoever killed Dorota plans to kill Monroe? What makes you think she's in danger?
Where's the kill button? We definitely need a kill button for this guy, don't we? How are you going anywhere, Assad?
Tarot. Does this have anything to do with the gentleman who stopped by?
This is the hair.
I didn't get his name.
Like if my hair ever got to this point, I'd be just fucking shaving it off, man. Like this is just a desperate cling to looking normal, but you look further from normal looking like
You
that.
know, this town is fascinating. There's a lot more to it than meets
Like
the
that
eye.
balding line
Have
is
you ever
going
read up on
right
the
fucking
real
in there.
history of August?
Shave it off and be done with it.
The official
I'm good,
story
man.
is that Mary
We're,
August
it's
retired from a life
10
in the
past
high
1
seas,
here, or 4 past
found
1
a
rather.
nice spot here, and
5
used
past
her
1, whatever you want to call it,
ill-gotten
in the morning.
gains to establish a town.
But we're working our way through this
That's
crime,
what really
and we're getting there. Hopefully, we'll wrap it up by the end of the night. They need to do something to balance it out. Oh, Jenny Bunny, look what the cat dragged in.
Okay. Although, I was just getting to the good bit.
Oh, he's getting to the good bit.
On that
Unfortunate.
note, I should probably get back to the booth. The show must go on. Death threats be damned. Look after Monroe, Detective. She's the only Monroe I've got.
She's only Monroe.
It's now 10 o'clock.
Fuck,
Here's
we're
your August update.
burning through
Investigations
these.
deepen into last night's murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw, a talented cellist who had recently been granted
It's going
a place
good.
at Juilliard,
We're
was found
working our way
strangled at
through
her home last night.
a
With the
murder
murderer
mystery.
still at large, Chief DuPont has urged residents to remain calm and stresses there is almost no chance of anyone else being harmed. Alice, if you're listening, let me know you're okay. In other news, a handful of August residents
We're just
have
getting
reported
the
seeing
10 o'clock
strange
news
lights in the
update.
sky earlier this evening. The lights, which witnesses describe as searingly bright,
Oh,
were spotted
the
over
aliens
east
are
edge of
true then.
town, past the fire station. Have you seen any strange lights? Or for that matter, little green men? Let me know. That's 10 o'clock with Poe.
And no Monroe. So how you going, Jenny? I'm going grand. As I said, we are investigating a murder. This is the third case of the Obscurity Detective Agency, and I think we're getting we're fucking hooning down the street. Yeah, it definitely is that X-Files theme moment. A lovely young lady's been murdered in this town, and it seems like everyone's shagging each other. There was a reference to aliens, so that thing didn't come out of nowhere. There's this lady here, Violet, is popping a lot of pills, and she believes she gets abducted by aliens frequently.
He didn't. He was the one in her bedroom last night. I never made it that
See,
far. I just followed him to her house.
as I said, everyone's bonking each other. Dorota was the one that was murdered, by the way.
I wrongly assumed we were in a relationship. I thought that he was cheating on me.
He was.
Which he was.
With a few people.
I saw him leave Dorota's and I followed him straight after.
No one's bonking aliens as of yet, but the night's still young. It's only 10 p.m.
Because I was protecting Zach. This looks bad, doesn't it?
Just a touch. She's got scars on her back, which does sort of lend to the alien story as well. She's got scars that are apparently in the shape of a monkey, of all things. You know, if the game couldn't get any weirder.
Should I be surprised you've seen it? Years ago, tattoos and piercings were frowned upon, but they're all in vogue now.
So it's a tattoo?
Maybe branding scars will be in fashion too.
Oh, branding. Don't we all have monkey scars? Oh, I'm not judging. I was just saying, heard you got monkey scars. We could have started a monkey scar fan club and, you know, seen where it took us.
No.
Who's John Pope? I've already forgotten. Oh, he's Poe.
Oh,
he lists off the P.
Him, yes. I've heard him on the radio. Never met in real life, though. Are you mocking me, Sam?
He didn't deliver the radio.
No, I have never met the man.
Ellis. Yeah, Ellis gave the free radio.
Yes, now I remember. It's the one in the hall. Sometimes cuts through the unbearable silence in this place.
I did turn off the radio though, so joke's on you, sucker.
Not really. I expected her to be blonde for some reason.
See, this is something that keeps getting brought up, right? So, the tarot readers who predicted that she's going to be murdered next, again to catch up people who haven't watched this, tarot readers have been predicting murders. One of them believes that the theme is the murderer is aiming for redheads, but everyone keeps mentioning they expect Monroe to be blonde. I think she's clearly got dyed hair, so I think there's something else to it than that. Who did we want to have a yell at? It's Rain. He was lying about who he was. It's absolutely impossible to keep on star. I mean, particularly now that Rain's apparently Lawrence Petrovsky. I think the easiest way to summarize it is girls murdered in the town, tarot readers. Yeah, I think that summarizes it as well as I could do it. Somebody's dead. Aliens.
Now that's someone I get mistaken for all the time. It's not me. Chief Dupont has made a mistake. I don't know what you're talking about, Detective. It's a lovely place. It has the third most high-rise buildings of any city in the world.
Well, he doesn't seem to be too happy. Who are we going to switch to? We'll go to Pont. You did, unfortunately, I don't know if you're still here, Jenny, but you did miss the greatest scene in gaming history where the chief mashed two photos together to make them make out. Oh, fuck, I keep doing that.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
I want to go as DuPont and interview friend Mr. Oasis.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
I'm still wanting to...
Did you get a call from my doctor?
Why is DuPont getting calls from the doctor?
Your doctor did call.
Did you tell her I was being compliant?
I said you were taking the pills.
Thank you, Claude. I won't forget that.
So she's not taking the
You
pills.
said you saw other heads when you were taking...
Yes. Other girls, younger than me. Nobody I recognized. They all had red hair.
So
Think of places
she's...
nearby.
Maybe. If there's some kind of film studio or something.
Photography
The
studio?
place didn't look like this place. My memories are vivid and clouded at the same time.
Interesting. And slightly worrying.
Tell me about Hong Kong.
About yay high, beard, thick rim glasses. I have no idea who you're talking about. If you know about Hong Kong, then I don't have to tell you anything. It's all in that report that you've clearly read.
So it's at least slightly true. It's weird that sometimes a conversation just stops like that, right?
I haven't asked you about...
Until a few hours ago, I never heard of the guy. Creepy as fudge, if you ask me.
Thanks, Lexi. It's always a...
Anything for you, Chief?
Got it, but... That's it. That's the mystery solved. Let's see our friendly friend Zach. He's got nothing to say. Alice, she's gone. You were?
Chief
Is that how they
DuPont.
retrieved your
Grave
soul?
news, indeed.
Will Ellis be safe with you here?
No. She wants me to keep broadcasting, which means I'll be booth-bound for most of the night. She'd be safer at home, with someone protecting her.
Can't I get someone else to handle the radio?
And murder Poe and Monroe? No, Chief DuPont. Ellis couldn't take that. Not tonight.
Very kind.
We did think of asking you to do a guest evening at some point, though, if you're interested.
I would love to. No, I don't want...
We're
Then
absolutely
I
going
will
to do a
pencil you
guest
in,
spot.
Chief. It would be an honor and a privilege. Sorry, I must go back to the broadcast. The radio, she calls me like a siren, and she must be obeyed.
Alright. Let's do the switcheroo again soon as well. Go to my room. We haven't gone as Violet yet. I don't think we've done any
Hello,
shapeshifting.
I'm Violet.
Well, enough shapeshifting, I mean. The less said about the Poe actor, the better. He gives me the creeps the most, and I don't think it's in an intentional way. Oh, the chief's not there.
I followed you to Dorota.
Are you insane? Why did you follow me, you stupid bitch?
You killed Dorota. You had...
I absolutely did not.
Then what did happen? Then what did happen?
She
Yeah,
texted
yeah,
me.
I know.
Then
I
she
was gonna
asked me to
say.
watch her play with herself from a distance. She wants
The
people
Poe.
to
I
watch,
was gonna say.
you know.
Monroe
best
is the
if
one that
we
gives me that
didn't
vibe the
see
most,
each other for a
ironically.
while. You know where the door is.
How rude.
Violet, I'm actually a bit tied up at the moment.
Yeah, she's
Well,
not
in
red-headed.
danger, actually.
Her eyebrows. I definitely can see it with Poe, but it was my first sort of feeling with Monroe. I think it was because, and this sounds harsh both to the actress and to Rada, is that, in my opinion, she's the worst actor in the game, and it kind of felt more
Hi.
across.
I'm Bronwyn.
I mean, definitely,
I'm Bronwyn.
DuPont comes across very stage actory as well, right? Because he's very expressive, which is what you need to be stage actory. But yeah, Monroe, in my opinion, is the least talented of the cast. And
What can we do to help Ellis?
yeah, he's definitely true to the boards.
Haven't we done enough?
Be interested in looking him up.
Not many people
I think
get
I
to know
might have
when
done
they're
it
going
before.
to die, let alone get the chance to avoid it. We've given Ellis a huge advantage.
So what should we do?
I'm shifting my opinion on Rain a bit now. Despite the whole thing about him apparently being someone else who killed someone in Hong Kong.
Do you really think she's got a chance? So
I'm pretty much just going to pray in my room until it's all over. Like I always do.
me and Lexi should join you.
That'd be nice to see.
No, I need to focus. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. You and Lexi should stick together.
They are trying a bit too hard to make him seem like the killer. I might live to regret that, but that's my feeling at the current time.
I don't know. I don't want to lie about my alibi again, though. What should I do?
So,
Log
DuPont.
into Tarotism. Stay with me. Log into Tarot. Stay with me.
Good idea. I'll stay in my room, log in, and wait for you to give me the all clear. Then they'll know I'm not a suspect. You're the best.
Her Bronwyn being logged in, I think, is what. Yeah, definitely more stage. It doesn't surprise me. As I said, he's very expressive, and that's sort of part of that whole stage actory thing in it. And he's quite obviously the eldest member of the game. It stars in the new FMV game. Has the game come out? I haven't heard anything about it. If it's out, it'll definitely go onto my playlist. I mean, I've got to work through all the previous existing ones, but post-production dark code. I'm definitely going to add it. I'll add it to my watch list at the very least.
Hello, I'm Rain.
Well, you think so? Wales Interactive are the ones putting out all of the games at the moment. This, Dr. Decker, I think they did Poe and Monroe as well. You'd assume it's because it's the characters, but
Why do you think?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm a redhead. I suppose I should feel left out.
It's getting closer, isn't it?
the Traveler.
It's getting closer.
The event. whatever's going to happen to Ellis.
Dark
feel
code.
it.
I'm giving it a Google search.
Do you think this John Pope is involved?
Ready again,
Doubt it.
2021.
As far as I know, they're live on air a lot of the time, and not sure he could have nipped out, murdered Dorota, and made it back for the news at 10.
So it could be him
It's
then.
got a pretty big cast. Fucking Richard Herring's in it. The DuPont is the lead, which is cool. Looks really cool. I'm looking forward to it.
It could be anyone. It could be you, Ray.
So there's essentially 4 main suspects, right? Rain, who is the one I'm leaning towards the least at the moment. Lexi, who I'm also think it's not her because she's desperately trying to make herself not look like a suspect. Yeah, Richard Herring's great. I really enjoy Richard Herring, but yeah, he's the top billed name in it because he's the biggest name in it. But yeah, he's in it. That's cool. Zach and Violet, and I don't think it's DuPont, but I guess it could arguably be him as well. I don't think it's Poe either. Again, primarily because there's a Poe and Monroe game, which sort of slightly spoils it a bit.
Rain, what an unexpected pleasure. Maybe you could help me with something.
What do you need help with?
No.
I'm actually going to be right back as well. I need to do a toilet break. And we're back again. I can't remember what the question was.
When you were here yesterday, you don't recall seeing a small green velvet pouch anywhere, do you?
No. No.
Well, keep your eyes peeled. The pouch contains Augustan gold coins, believed to have been part of Mary August's original hoard.
So at the very
Looks like you
least,
don't know the town's origin story, do you? Suffice
he wants
to
to tell
say,
the story again.
if you see them, please return them to me. They're in the pouch for a reason. If anyone comes into contact with them, bad things happen. I have to be on air in a minute. Another time, maybe.
We've unlocked an achievement, Chameleon.
And this is your August update. August update.
That's the weirder one.
I'm sorry, can I help you? It's not a very good time at the moment, I'm afraid.
Really? Really?
No, not really.
That would be pretty creepy, especially this sweaty fat girl walking in. Alright. He can't actually visit anyone.
John, I'm gonna be fine.
Welcome back. We haven't done much. We're doing a swap-a-rooney still.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
So, aliens. Violet. What are we thinking, Lex?
Violet and aliens.
Hasn't Bron told you? Violet said she was abducted by aliens. But not your usual stick me on a slab, call me grey type aliens. Aliens that decorate.
Decorating aliens?
Exactly. I think it was using Violet for room planning. Apparently it wants a set of heads on the wall. Red heads, to be more specific.
Why August?
Well, it's a right, obviously. But the alien Violet's talking about probably isn't the same
Well, it
traveler.
doesn't seem to be.
Perhaps this is something new we haven't discovered yet. Using humans as decor.
Ray, why do you pray for them?
Because the traveler is so powerful. It inhabits you, and you remember nothing. It goes on a killing spree, or worse, and you're held accountable. I pray for the victims, and for forgiveness, and for the unlucky person that becomes its vessel.
Have you been a vessel?
Yeah, that's what it seems like it's hinting at. That Rain has been a vessel in the past.
Lex,
So the Hong Kong thing is true?
I don't know what I was doing the night Dorota died. I don't know. I don't remember.
Definitely had worse aesthetics.
I was in my room. I was
Decorating
praying.
choices.
But then I woke up and my hands hurt.
Praying too
my
hard.
hands hurt. No, don't you tell Bronwyn. She's got enough going on.
Let's go tell Bronwyn right away.
Don't tell anyone.
Let's go tell everyone right away. Let's tell Poe, that way he can blast it on the news and everyone will know.
It's going to be soon. Whatever happens to Alice,
Ooh.
it will be soon.
How do you know it's going to be soon?
Especially because the arthritis thing is
I can sense it.
a pointless sort
Are you
of
not
plot
picking
point
anything up,
of
Lex?
contradiction.
There's a traveller nearby.
No.
Mescaline mainly. But I don't recommend you try it. Do you really want to hear this?
Yes, please.
At uni, I read a book by Aldous Huxley called The Doors of Perception.
Is that a real
He takes
book?
mescaline and basically trips his balls up.
I imagine it is. That sounds like it's a real
I
book
used
already.
to be thought, yay.
It
My
is, yeah,
experience
I can
wasn't
see it there.
anything like
I haven't
this, though.
heard of it, or if I have, I've long forgotten about it.
People look like tiny rainbow outlines.
Oh, of course, you know, I have heard about it,
Notice
yeah.
that some of them would just
Yeah,
appear
yeah.
from
No,
nowhere. Those
fucking,
ones, the ones from nowhere.
I just
think
haven't thought about
they're
it
the travelers.
in a long time.
They kind of merge into one person, and suddenly there's only one outline. That's what I see. But you, no drugs for you, young lady.
So,
Tea and nothing else, all right?
her theory is because I'm high and can see two people become one, demons. Yeah, I remember the book now, and of course Morrison wasn't particularly a stranger to any type of drug. No other explanation for it. No explanation like, hey, I just fucking did a mass amount of drugs that make everyone hallucinate. Demons. I actually do not know who I haven't gone during this chapter yet. There was his noted trait. He was a
Sharpening my
teetotaler.
powers of persuasion.
He never touched cigarettes, booze, drugs of any sort. He was a stand-up guy. I'm just putting music on in the background, as in background. I don't know if you can hear it. It's not the game music. It's just stuff that I've got playing behind me. We don't even have a paracetamol. Exactly. Yeah, Violet doesn't want to see us anymore. Yes, I think we've done a Zach run. Visit Lexi, we've done all of those people. Chief DuPont doesn't have anything to say to us. Alice doesn't have anything to say to us. Poe, nada. Alright, I'm gonna go as Sam one last time, because we've got bits and pieces of information that might be able to be brought up in conversation. But other than that, I think we're pretty much ready to go to the next chapter.
It rings a bell, but no. Sorry, Sam.
You should be. Oh yeah, his hands hurt. Lexi said you don't remember. Oh, we're not going to throw Lexi under the bus. That's a bit shitty. Even though Lexi didn't tell us, it's still a bit fucking shitty to do, right?
A who, what, patrols what?
That's one hell of a quote. We can... Well, it's not necessarily Rand's real name. He definitely implied it was.
No. Should I?
Okay, Chief.
Yeah, Dr. Tanner. She's checking up on Violet. Why are you still giving her a hard time about this? She's had it tough enough already.
Yeah, Lexi comes across as probably one of the more innocent people in the game. Again, that could be a red herring. Don't change this topic.
She wanted to check Violet was taking her pills. Apparently Violet told her to call me to confirm. She's dealing with a lot of things. Just go easy.
Yeah, what
the doctor
things?
said the aliens are delusions, a side effect of her previous alcoholism. She's been sober 6 months, and I don't want to change that, Sam. The neuropathy she suffered due to alcohol is causing her problems. The pills are to try to help with that, but I guess they have side effects too. Memory loss. She's not a monster, just a little girl lost.
He's very, very defensive of old Violet.
Drinking to forget. She ran with a bad crowd a few years ago. They branded their backs with symbols, basically a cult. The leaders were imprisoned, but they left a lot of baggage behind. You won't get any mileage talking to her about it, I assure you.
We did ask her about the monkey back.
I delivered radios all over town.
That's
I don't
not
think
that
she
interesting.
bothered with some of them, though. I don't think... Violet, is it? I don't think Violet liked me very much.
You'd think he should be a bit more impartial. I don't think she's jealous. We'll go with it
Maybe.
anyway.
I don't know why anyone would be threatened by me, though. I'm not interested in stealing anyone's man.
That's made me think. So... maybe... Violet is the killer. Both, Doritos and Monroe have had their photos taken by Zach, and Zach's definitely headed off with Dorito. He's not had any luck with Alice, but that doesn't suggest that Violet doesn't think that. Have we talked to him? I couldn't remember if we actually spoke to him or not. No.
It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update. Investigations deepen into last night's murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw, a talented cellist who had recently been granted a place at Juilliard, was found strangled at her home last night.
It's definitely a possibility. It's only a possibility.
Chief DuPont has
So no
urged residents to remain
spoilers,
calm and stresses there is
but
almost
it's something
no
I'm
chance
toying
of
with.
anyone else being harmed.
It's only something I just thought
If you're
of
listening,
from that Monroe conversation.
In other news, a handful of August
whole jealousy
residents have
thing.
reported seeing strange lights in the sky earlier this evening. The lights, which witnesses describe as searingly bright, were spotted over the east edge of town, past the fire station. Have you seen any strange lights? Or for that matter, little green men? Let me know. That's 10 o'clock with Poe.
Alright, next chapter.
August's gone crazy tonight. I've just got off the phone with someone who thinks they saw a UFO on one of the nights that Violet went missing. Aliens will be normal right now.
That's it.
Now here
Leprechauns.
it's time. What do you suggest we do with Ellis Monroe?
We need to protect her somehow, right? Send an officer to her house. I'll protect her. We can't really protect her ourselves because we have to go around interviewing people. You could always tell her to leave town, but whether or not she would. I mean, if we tell her to leave town, it's really only going to be me and DuPont that know. But, is he going to tell old Violet? This decision, yeah, you can't really guarantee her safety if she leaves. Officer suggests the main is my best guess, because we can't stick around here all the time. That way, someone else can stick around. We'll go with officer.
I'll send Danny over. And that means there'll be nobody at the guest house. So be extra vigilant.
What do you mean you're sticking me with Danny?
What's wrong with Danny? Who is Danny?
Danny is basically doing out a scream. I'm a sitting duck. Isn't there anyone else?
Well, should we have DuPont sit with her? Because we can't. Officer Doofy, smell my finger.
Chief DuPont? The only thing I've ever seen him run after is an ice cream truck.
Why are you trying to twist my arm to make me
Fine.
do it?
Danny, it is. I just hope you know what you're doing.
What the?
Sam, where the hell are you? On the road? Get back to the guest house. Ellis is fine, but Violet's not fine, Sam. She's been strangled. Bronwyn found the body. Same gold coin in the mouth. Coroner's.
Whoa.
I'll see you there.
It's 11 o'clock, and this is Poe with the latest August update.
I did
Police
not
are
expect
now
that.
investigating the
It's
suspicious
fucking
death of a woman at the
has to
Grange
be
guest
Zach
house.
then, doesn't it?
The body of the woman, believed to be 30-year-old guest house owner Violet Gallagher, is rumored to have been discovered in the last hour by one of her guests. So far, police refuse to say
Well,
whether
that
there is any
sucks
connection
mostly
to
for
last
Bronwyn,
night's
right?
murder, but they are asking August residents to report any suspicious activity. These are dark times, August. Dark times. Now, Monroe has some personal business to attend to, but she sends you all her love and hopes to be back on the air tomorrow. That's 11 o'clock with Poe.
Sam. I
Yeah,
have some
we
bad
know
news.
the bad news.
We've done a group reading, and it's you. I don't know, Sam. I don't know what to say. It's normally a death sentence, but with you, it might be different. I think you've interfered too much. That's why you're the next target. I've called Chief DuPont already. He's asked that you meet with him. You should go, Sam. Be careful.
Sam, it's almost midnight. You're still alive. This is a good thing, but no one's even attempted to kill you yet.
They're speeding
me a lot
through
of
the
evidence.
ending bit
to arrest
a
someone.
bit.
But who? Make the right decision, and you should be safe. If we don't, well, we've all got to sleep at some point. I can get someone to guard your room at the guest house, but it might not be enough. So, Sam, who should I arrest?
Well, the hint thing's going to list I assume I'm going to click it, even though I don't necessarily want a hint. But I assume it's going to do this rundown thing. No pressure, right? So we're going to make the big choice now. Who are we going to arrest? We'll do the hint. I think it's still between, well, now it's reduced to between Rain and Zach. Because Violet's my other choice.
During that whole thing with Alice, the only people I couldn't keep track of were Rain, Zach, and
Yeah, Violet.
Who was with Dorota at the time of her murder, or who has an alibi that doesn't check out? This is on you, Sam. Just give me a name.
I was suspicious of Rain before. One, because he is a suspicious character, and the other thing that hasn't been answered, and I'm presuming is deliberately so, is that he was curious that Dorota was going to marry Oscar, which means he's been in the closet and seen the wedding dress, but this is not something we've been able to call him out on. So whether or not this is a bug, and in some gameplays you can figure out about that, or that's your one fucking clue that he's done it, which is pretty weak. But that's my main reason for suspecting him. Zach, He's obviously the most suspicious. He was at the crime scene, roughly around the time it happened, but he says he was thrown out because he didn't follow the whole rules of the voyeur thing. So obviously it's between Zach and Rain, right? I think the whole Hong Kong thing is a red herring. You haven't found any tape exactly. Who can it be when we don't have a piece of tape that can tie the whole crime together? So my thinking, and I'm gonna actually say who I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna say I'll choose and then I'll say what I think. But I think it's Rain. I think that wedding dress thing is too much of a fucking mark. They've constantly said that whoever killed her was hiding in the closet. This was said early on when we first spoke to Oscar. So yeah, I think that's we know, and what was kind of weird is that Zach never made mention of his wedding dress. Zach apparently was in the closet watching her get off, and didn't partake, and was thrown out for trying to partake. But he never mentioned a wedding dress. Only Rain, Alice did. So it could be Alice. But she was apparently doing the radio show. So my guess is Rain.
Rain?
And
Agreed.
we're gonna...
He's got no corroborated alibis for any key times.
We're gonna
He's
go
one
with
of those
this.
Tarot Muppets who I suspected all along. I was right when I said Bronwyn. Because I knew it was one of them. I just didn't know which one. I'll pick him up. Just be careful tonight, Sam. If you've not done your job properly, killer's still out there.
We'll find out. That's a nice dining room. Why didn't we get to see that earlier? Well,
it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and this is Poe with your August update.
Have we been offed?
We don't normally have them at this time, but since there's a killer on the loose, I feel it's my duty to keep the radio station manned. I personally spoke with Chief DuPont earlier, and he thinks they're close to catching the killer. Until that happens, though, please lock your doors and stay inside. Remain vigilant. The light has faded, and so has my fortitude. I see things in shadows, behind doors and under desks.
I can definitely see the right
I
side
hear
of
the
him here.
chattering of teeth and the glee of insects waiting to feed on me. The studio undulates like a heart that beats its last beats.
Very, very dramatic.
I can't go on. I must to bed. Forgive me, Lady August. Forgive me.
Well, we can't keep investigating this time. We've only got the option to go to the next chapter, which I, in this case, assume is the last. We've either made the right choice or the wrong one. It's kind of...
Hello, sleepyhead. I'm so glad to see you.
Look, Mum, I'm a detective, so we did it. Did I win? What about the next... Well, I'm the next victim. If I survive, presumably... Why am I in her room? We'll ask, did I win?
Enjoy the journey, Sam. Don't think of things as ending. Something new is beginning.
Of course it
Rain
is.
is locked up. He's being charged for murder.
Well,
Travelers
murderers...
don't like being incarcerated, so they'll have jumped realities already. It's not something that a jury will believe. The shell they've left behind won't remember what they've done. And spend a life in prison. All we can do is try and stop the next one. I still can't believe it was Rain. I suppose nobody is immune. And now we're one short. Sam, come with us, please. We could really use someone like you and, well, just... will you?
Well, we solved the murder, guys, and we got one last choice. Do we join the slutty hobos, or do we stay in August? There's not a lot here anymore. We've got 2 radio hosts and pretty cool detective, but beyond that, fucking everyone else is dead. I've got a pervy fucking cameraman as well. I'm wanting to get far away from that Zach as possible.
Really? Oh, Sam.
Join the cult.
Wonderful.
The hugging thing
Let's
looks
finish packing
fucking
and
weird.
we can leave this afternoon. Sam, thank you. We're going to change lives, believe me.
Hey, sweet cheeks. You did good. Really good. You win. Lexi hug.
Sweet cheeks.
Sam, I'm just going to say it because you only live once and all that. Sam, I think I've fallen for you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. It's out there now. We can get on with our lives.
That's that's a nice thing to say. That's the worst possible way you could shut someone down. Like, it'd be so much better to be like, nah, I'm good, thanks, than to be like, that's nice. That's the shittiest way you can reject someone. Like, it's far better to be, you know, yeah, like, that's the nice thing to say is just like, oh, fuck me, that's so patronizing. I can't think of any worse way to react to it than that. Alright. If it was a politer way of shutting it down, I'd be a bit more torn between the 2 options, but that's so shitty. I mean, you obviously want to just be like, yeah, you don't think you'd force it for someone in 6 hours time or however many hours it was. That's a bit fucking stupid as well. But yeah, if it was just that, like, nah, can't we just like hang out and solve crimes together?
You too? I'm the happiest girl in the world. We have some catching up to do.
I mean, what you get?
I didn't think you'd leave without saying goodbye. People do horrible things to people every day. I'm just glad there's someone like you around to save us.
Fucking,
I mean,
he's snogging off with
everyone
everyone.
needs a little saving from time to time. Even me.
Will be nice.
That's easy for you to say. Look what you've just been through. I'd have been dead a few hours ago if it wasn't for you. But you're right. I am strong. I will be fine. But
Yeah, I guess
I like
the fact that
having
we
you around,
had
Sam.
Officer Doofy there
you're
protected
staying.
protected her.
Sam, you did good. I thought you would.
Well, we
Not
let
that I've got a
Violet
signed
die.
confession or anything yet. Apparently, they don't remember anything about the murders, but Bronwyn seems pretty convinced it's over. Well done. I hear you're leaving town with the tarot
Pretty
readers. That's a real big shame. You were starting to fit in here. But
And trust is brought here. We've solved the mystery, Assad. I don't know if you missed it, but we've solved it. We've wrapped up the crime. I don't trust his bald head either, and I don't trust those eyes. They're looking in 2 different directions. Has he got different color eyes? Or is it just the lighting? And what was up with those fucking photos? We never got to find that out.
And I've stuck to my word. That problem you had, I buried it. The coroner's report is going to say the woman was
just a lie.
dead when you arrived, not after. I don't personally believe in exorcism or anything like that, but over the last 24 hours,
I think he covered it
I'm
up.
starting to think things aren't as cut and dried as I'd like them to be.
Well, apparently
You're a good person, Sam.
he
At
just
least
covered
that's
something up.
definitely how it looks from the outside.
I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but definitely there's no arguing that he covered something up at the end there.
I am Dorota. I am 21 years old. I love playing cello, and I just been awarded a scholarship to Juilliard. I just love cello. I love all string instruments, but cello is
You had a different killer in your
rich
playthrough.
and
We'll
deep
let
and, soothing. At least to
Doritos
me.
finish her story and
No.
we'll have a chat.
Cello is my hobby, but my real passion is. It's silly. It sounds silly.
So I'm guessing this is meant to be her radio
I'd
interview.
like to build a time machine. I know. But it is possible. I think people make mistakes. They do things they regret and they say things they don't mean. I want to go back in time. I want to make better choices.
I'm guessing that's hinting at the
You know why you're here, don't you?
yeah. So it's taking us back to the start of the game again, I presume, right?
Because you did well.
Oh, no.
And you know what happens when you do well?
What happens when we do well?
Augmentation. Congratulations, Agent 3.13.
Points.
Welcome to 3.14.
We did it! We got to 3.14. Then maybe. What's the secret debriefing?
Debriefing 3204 Birmingham.
Pie.
Transmit.
I get it.
And we're ready. Are you human?
I mean, we're arguably not, right? We can shapeshift. That's not really human.
Do you have feelings?
316. I presume we do have feelings.
Splendid.
Because we
Do
apparently have
plants
fallen
have feelings?
for Lexi. This is getting philosophical now. Do we argue plants have feelings? Apparently they do, but also apparently they don't. I'm going to say no.
Splendid. I've burned down a rainforest. Does that make you happy?
This is...
Splendid. I've killed a serial killer. Does that make you happy?
This is the Turing test.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The old school prime directive.
He's just doing the Turing test.
Evolving.
So we're an android or something?
Ship it.
Alright. I don't know what could be different in the if we change the answers there. You can now skip previously viewed scenes, so I can play this game again and presumably get the different killer that you got. So who was your killer then? If it wasn't, it was Zach. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know how restricted or he wasn't quite working alone, so he's working with Filer, or yeah, because they're seemingly working together. There's a lot of clips here that we didn't see. I mean, we did see that one. That was the awkward sex scene. And we saw this. That was her being pissed off that we had Doofy. But we never saw any scenes with Dorota or any of this stuff. So it'd be I'd be interested in playing it again probably off stream, to see the different endings. I don't know how many endings there are. She can pull a gun on you. But I'd be curious to see how many endings there are. Man, sorry, extras. I can't see anything that tells you how many different endings there are. You have violence with a gun. So what happened in your ending? I'm curious. I don't know. Initially how the other endings play out, and I'm just curious to how many endings there are. I just reading through the achievements, but I'm curious to. Yeah, I'm just curious to how many endings there are. Not only are there different killers, how many endings? Shit. You can also have the different. You go with the confronted by violence. What I really want is to have the scenes with Dakota, or Dorito, whatever her name is. 8 endings apparently. Yeah, as I said, I might play it again. It'll likely be off stream. I don't think people want to watch another playthrough of this. But it was a cool game. I enjoyed it. I probably still enjoyed Contradiction more. But this was still a very, very enjoyable game. The ending is makes a bit more sense. Yeah, I have no idea how to access them. This is sort of what I'm interested in seeing the most. There must be something there that you can do. But anyway, that's the game. We've done it. We've solved the mystery. We solved another crime, even though it could have been multiple different people. And it is 2:05 in the morning here. I'm going to take a quick look to see who's streaming in the world of streamings. There's not a lot of people streaming. Any recommendations on who to send the party to? There's nobody really left in the chat. Everyone's buggered off for their day, which is fair enough. I know it's midday where you guys are at, but it's been fun. Thanks for joining me, Silent, in particular. Next, Monotown TV. Yeah, no one I followed it was live as well. Monotown TV. Cool. So we'll jump across to them, and we've got another game that will be coming up shortly. We'll have a break between F&V games, but yeah, next stream is another murder mystery. So catch you again for that, for the reopening of the Obscurity Detective Agency. Hope you guys enjoy Monotown TV, and bye-bye for now.